Welcome to Yorvo, Hammer Time. And as far as our opening hand goes, yes, we have no creatures, but this is a very wonderful support package. So we'll definitely keep on this one. We've got Ancient Tomb, Cloudstone Curio. We've got Hardened Scales to get some nice +1 counter shenanigans going. And we've got Sprout Swarm. So if we can get a few more creatures, it's going to be a lot of counters for Yorvo. So overall, I'm happy with this one. A+ opening hand. Thank you, Magic Gods. Let's go and lead off with the Hardened Scales, and then anything else. No, we're going to go and pass the turn over to our opponent. So we're playing Yorvo, Mr. Hammer Time himself. Yorvo's going to enter the battlefield with 4 +1 counters on it. Then, whenever another green creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1 counter on Yorvo. If that creature has a higher power of toughness, put an additional +1 counter on Mr. Yorvo himself, Mr. Hammer Time. We're playing against Sisay, Weatherlight Captain. Sisay is going to get +1/+1 for each color among other legendary permanents that you control. And then we've got a quick little turn 1 Captain Sisay. So, all right. Let's go ahead and let's keep up with the let's keep up with that. Let's get down Ancient Tomb, and yeah, I think Cloudstone Curio. I think that'll work. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3. We're gonna have Cloudstone enter the battlefield, and then we can't necessarily go for Yorvo just yet, but I think I kind of actually like going for Beast Whisperer. That way we can cast Yorvo into Beast Whisperer. We're not gonna get that +1 counter, stacking effects right now, but once we get that card draw going, then we can certainly do that. So let's go and cover Sisay really quick. Sisay is going to get +1/+1 for each color among legendary permanents that you control. Then for a 5-mana Wooburg activation, search your library for a legendary permanent card with converting mana cost less than Sisay's power. Put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. And we got Captain Sisay coming across for 2 with those with that sword, just to kind of let us know what's up. So we said, all right, we understand. We have a lot of respect. So we're going to click OK on this one at this point right now. We don't want to bring anything back. Let's go for... That's not going to be good if we go for Revelation. We have no creatures out there. Let's go 1/2 off of Beast Whisperer. We'll have Mr. Beast Whisperer enter the battlefield. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, we run into a green source. And that'll allow us to... go for Mr. Yorvo. So, anything else, we're going to pass it back over there. So, we did cover both commanders. Give a quick shout out to our sponsors, MTGOTraders. If you want to test out Yorvo's hammer, head on over there. We've got a little boost set up. So, if you want to smash, let's say you want to smash a Scavenging Ooze into just 1,000,000 pieces, hey, whatever hate card in Commander you hate, head on over there. Yorvo's going to be able to smash it for you. That's going to be you and Yorvo as you go through the catalog at MTGO, saying, he's like, which card do you hate? And he's going to point at it, and you're like, all right, let's go smash it. So, also, shout out to inkgaming.com. Search Jolt539 to see my stuff, or use coupon code JOLT to get 10% off your order. And last but not least, I started a Patreon. So, if you'd like to contribute to the Patreon to support cool content like this, there's a link down in the description below. You get your name at the beginning or the ending of the credits, or both. And if you can't do that, hey, no problem. Just tell somebody about the channel. Much obliged. I would certainly appreciate it. So it is officially free time. Let's have some fun. Now, this is a Good Morning Vietnam video, and I'm trying to get my voice warmed up as these videos kind of start rolling in. So that's kind of what I'm going for at this point right now. Let's have Sisay swinging in for 3. That's going to put us at 5 commander damage and down to 21. So one thing that we'd love to see is either a green source or a mana dork. Let's see. Come on. Return to nature. Okay. That's actually not too bad. So we go Rogue's Passage. If we actually end up doing this, because yeah, I think we need to cash in a card draw. We can actually return a land to our hand if we want to, once we make this land. No, because then we won't be able to get that necessary green mana. So we can Revelation once we end up going for Rogue's Passage. Not going to be the world's best Rogue's Passage, but I guess technically... Yeah, let's do this. So we're going to have Rogue's Passage enter the battlefield. Not going to bring a land back to the hand. Nope. And that's going to put us at buyback for 3, so we can convoke to bring that back, and that'll put us on Revelation for next turn. Not sure that we're super wild about that. Now, we can go for Return to Nature, but I think we're just going to go and leave that up at this point right now. Yeah, I guess just cashing in a card draw with Revelation, even though it's not the best option that we can go for, we'll probably still end up taking it because we're going to dig just a little bit. Yeah, because if we end up holding Revelation for next turn... We can buy back with Sprout and then cash in a... Well, actually, yeah, let's give this a shot. Let's wait. Let's just go and pass the turn to our opponent. We can go for Sprout Swarm, and then if we don't hit a green source, then we go for Revelation next turn, and then at least draw 2 versus 1. I think I'm kind of okay with that. I'd like to get down Yorvo next turn, but at this point, we're just a little bit strapped on green mana. Now, we are running... I'm running like 36, 38 lands in here. We have like 4 utility lands that are not colored sources, and... Ancient Tomb, Rogue's Passage, Wasteland, and then Yavimaya Hollow. So it's just, unfortunately, it's one of those that we've just gotten into this, our colored, non-colored sources very quickly. So that's just something. All right, opponent's going to go for Return to Nature. They're going to use Vraska, excuse me. They're going to destroy Beast Speaker, which that's pretty standard. Let's go Sprout Swarm with buyback. So we're going to go and tap down Beast Whisper. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. And I guess either way, we're going to have to tap down for that. It's going to be 1, 2. And we'll tap down for one more. That's going to be 2 more green creatures. That's going to be 1 sapling token on the battlefield. And if we want to... Oh, look at that. Yes, this is totally what I wanted to do. All right, so we're definitely going to use that ability, bring Beast Whisperer back to our hand, and get that sapling token down. There we go, just like we drew it up. So we're going to be able to dodge that, because Beast Whisperer is going to be very important in a matchup like this. And thank you, Magic Online. But yeah, so we'll definitely keep that in mind, that we can use Sprout Swarm as a instant speed way to kind of bounce something back from our hand. Typically, I don't play with Cloudstone Curio a lot, and so little interactions like that, I don't really keep that in the front of my mind. But I will definitely be keeping that in the front of the mind as the game wears on. So that's pretty cool. Now we are all the way down to 15. Captain Sisay's put in some work, so we do want to try to kind of build up this board state just a little bit. I think that would be pretty good. So we run into Marwyn the Nurturer. And whenever another elf enters the battlefield, yeah, let's go for Beast Whisperer. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, because we really need to cash in some card draw. So we're going to go for Beast Whisperer, and then if worst case scenario, what we can end up doing is simply just blocking on one of these creatures with these sapling tokens. Not super wild about that, but if that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do. So anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn over to our opponent. So we're going to see if this Beast Whisperer is going to stick. Our opponent can't pop Beast Whisperer again with Vraska, because it is all the way down to 2, and so they're going to have to plus up on 1, which if they end up plussing up on 1, it's not the end of the world if that's what they end up going for. And we're not really in a position to want to swing in and attack. In fact, we kind of want to build up this board state. So, but yes, we did cover both commanders. We covered sponsors. It is officially free time. Let's have some fun. Now, as far as this build of Yorvo, this is Elf Tribal, and when I originally built it, I was like, ended up going Enchantress. I don't know how I'm going to splice these videos together. So if there's a video where I kind of explain what happens, this is why. And so went Enchantress originally, and then as I was looking at the build, I was like, man, we just don't have the power to really get those +1 counters on Yorvo going. And so we ended up just kind of making this just kind of an elf tribal deck, and it actually works out really well. You can see where if we had our normal assortment of 1 mana drop creatures, like a lot of War Elves, Elvish Mystic, we could just get down Yorvo, kind of keep casting that into a open Yorvo or Cloudstone Curio. That kind of work out really well. Now, let's see. Vigilance and Lifelink. Now, if our opponent's going to go for these activations, we're kind of okay with that. I think they went for the... Yeah, they went for the -2 ability. They're going to be swinging in with Sisay. Do we want to block with this sapling token? I think that would maybe be a good option, because that's going to get us down pretty low. Yeah, we're going to block on Captain Sisay. We can end up going for Sprout Swarm, which I think we're actually okay with that. So we're going to click OK. Let's go for Sprout Swarm. We're at least going to tap down that last little sapling token. And I think at this point, since we are just kind of staring down a lot of threats from our opponent, we're just going to try to get as much value out right now and then try to kind of dodge these Planeswalkers. So as much as I would love to kind of keep Sprout Swarm going with that buyback, we are at 13 and 9 commander damage. So not super wild about that. So I'm not going to use the Cloudstone ability. Actually, yeah, I guess technically we could have to kind of dodge that. Well, Captain Sisay doesn't have lifelink, so it doesn't really matter either way. So, all right, so we're going to be able to block on that. It's going to keep our life total at 13. Let's see if we run into a green source for the hand. All right, run into 1 Power Stone. And so I guess at this point, we just go for Marwyn and just see if we get lucky potentially into running into another green creature. Yeah, I think that would be good. So let's go for Marwyn. We're going to have that enter the battlefield. Thunderfoot Baloth, okay. And then we'll have that enter. And it's simply just a 1/1 at this point right now. And not going to use that ability. And then we can't end up going for Worn Power Stone. But I think at this point, what we might end up doing is going for Return to Nature on Mana Crypt. And that way we just don't run into any sort of... I just kind of want to strap them down on mana. Well, either way, they're gonna be able to go for Selvala, so I don't really think that's gonna matter that much to us at this point right now. So, anything else? We can swing in with Beast Whisperer, but we're looking at a 3/4 Selvala, so we'll just gonna go ahead and pass the turn over to our opponent. But yeah, I am running, a ton of forest in here, so this is just kind of a weird scenario to where we just haven't really been hitting our green sources for whatever reason that is. It's just kind of the way Magic goes sometimes. So hopefully we can run into something and beat this Sisay. But outside of that, once we do get down Yorvo and we do get down the Cloudstone Curio, just kind of getting that loop going from battlefield to hand and being able to cast these one-drop creatures. We do have stuff like, what is that? Season of Growth. So once you get that enter the battlefield effect, let's say that we have Beast Whisper on the battlefield too, where we're casting a creature spell to draw a card. You can see where once you kind of get this value engine on the battlefield, it really pumps up Yorvo. Then you toss in something like Rose Passage, where you have a ton of mana, end up with this really, really big creature. We're also running a lot of different effects that allow us to give Yorvo trample. So we've got the 2-mana enchantment. What is it? Primal Rage, where our creatures have trample. We have Thunderfoot Baloth in the hand, or at least in the deck, that allows us to give our creatures +2/+2 and trample. So just giving that trample across Yorvo is a wonderful effect. And also having different ways that we can draw cards equal to the power of a creature. That's really going to make sure that you just cash in a ton of card draw. Let's say we have Yorvo down and we start going for a lot of these activations. Now our opponent's going to go for, it's going to be first strike and lifelink. Let's make sure we're looking at Oath of Teferi. Yeah, they can go for double activations at this point right now. So this is not looking so hot. Yeah, twice each turn other than once. So it's not looking too good. So we're going to turn this into a little bit more of a deck tech version of Yorvo. But yeah, so we're running the different effects that allow us to draw cards equal to the power of a creature. And so that's going to be the new Gurk Wildspeaker card, the one where he looks really happy. He's broken the curse. So that's one way that we can catch in a lot of card draw. We're also running the 5-mana Gurk Planeswalker, which we can get it on the battlefield or minus the ability to immediately catch in some card draw. And also running different effects that allow us to draw a ton of cards. So at this point, let's see what we run into for the turn. Yeah, but not running into much. We can't even go for Gurk Wildspeaker. So we're going to go ahead and scoop this one up. I guess technically we could have gone for Oath of Teferi on Nature's Return, but yeah, there's just sometimes where you're just not hitting your resources, and mentally it kind of takes you out of the game, even though we should have gone for that. So if I did miss the Return to Nature on Oath of Teferi, sorry about that. But we're going to scoop this one on over to the next game. So if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to Yarok the Desecrated. As far as our opening, yeah, we'll keep on this one. We've got 4 lands. We've got Field of the Dead, which is going to be something fun for us to work towards. And we don't have any instant or sorceries we need to bring back, but it's always nice to have old Mancer to get down and put something back on top of our library. So we will keep on this one because we've already started the game. There's nothing we can do about it. So if you're keeping score, you need to mark that category that Jolt already kept, but he's still talking about maybe shipping it back, but it's an illegal move right there. So let's go lead off with Flooded Strand. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Let's go ahead and crack Flood. It's just dumb. Let's go and crack Flooded Strand. Let's grab ourselves probably a green source. That'll be good. Let's grab a Breeding Pool. Have that come into play tapped. Not going to pay 2. And then pass it over to our opponent. We're playing Yarok the Desecrated, Death Touch, and Lifelink. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Playing its Niv Mizzet Reborn, the 5-color Dragon God avatar. Whenever Niv enters the battlefield, read the top 10 cards of your library for each color pair. Choose one of those colors from among them and put them into your hand. The rest go on the bottom of your library in a random order. So we'll see what sort of flavor of Niv Mizzet we're playing against. It's pretty much kind of whatever floats your boat. It is 5-color, and you can use it for. I do have Niv Mizzet Storm, which is a lot of fun, but you can use it for pretty much anything. So let's go for Underground Sea. Come down. Yeah, let's do that, because if for some reason we can somehow hit a land that comes into play untapped, that'll put us on Worn Power Stone. If we can save this Bloodstained Mire for like the late game somehow with Field of the Dead and Rampaging, we will. But if we have to make the land drop, we're going to go for it. So we did cover both commanders. Let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors, MTGOTraders. If you're feeling a little bit down, maybe a little bit sad, and you want a hug, a real creepy hug from Uncle Yarok, hey, head on over there. He's got those really creepy arms, and he will embrace you and make sure that you feel better. So head over to MTGOTraders. Also, let's give a quick shout out to inkgaming.com. Void, that's going to be a Scry Scurry 1. It doesn't enter the battlefield tapped. Yeah, let's go for that. kind of like that. All right, so we're going to go for Void. That's going to give us a Scurry. Dive down. Let's go and put that on the bottom for right now. Let's go for Worn Power Stone, and then pass it over to our opponent. So yeah, shout out to Ink Gaming. Use coupon code JOLT to get 10% off anything off the website. And last but not least, I started a Patreon. So if you'd like to contribute to the Patreon, there is a link down in the description below. Get your name at the beginning or the ending of the credits to help support cool content like this. And if you can't do that, hey, no problem. Just tell somebody about the channel. Oh, Worn Power Stone got hit. That hurts. That stings really bad. All right, and so we're looking at Johnny is basically just going to be some life gain. So it's just going to be a thorn in our side, basically. Now, we do run into Temple of Mystery, which does put us on... Yeah, I think we need to go Guardian Project because, well, if we end up going Bloodstained Mire, then that definitely keeps us off Yarok for next turn. I still think it's a good line of play to go for. So let's go Bloodstained Mire. Yeah, just getting some sort of incremental value after that that Night of Autumn just popping our land. We need to do something. So let's have Guardian Project come down. That way we can slowly generate some card advantage and then pass it over our opponent. So we do have worst case scenario. We can actually go for Mancer to be like a Guardian Project card draw, which I'm not really wanting to do. But we've got some pretty good options. So once we do get down to Yarok, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we run into one more land. Because if that's the case, we can go for Yarok. That's going to be a Guardian Project trigger. That'll be land number 5. We all have different land names out there. So that'll really allow us to start really getting this Field of the Dead going. And then hopefully we don't. It's probably going to be 5-color Planeswalkers with Niv Mizzet. So tap target permanent. All right, I appreciate that. And let's see if we hit that untapped land, Ghostly Flicker. Okay. Yeah, I guess technically that's not going to get it. So, Field of the Dead, I guess we might as well just go and get down Field of the Dead. No, I think we want to save that for your rock. So let's have Temple of Mystery come down. Let's get a Scry going. A little bit of scurry, a little bit of fever, some insanity. Ooh, Path of Discovery. Whenever a creature... Yeah, let's go and put that on top because if we can set up Guardian Project and Path of Discovery, that is some really good magic right there. So then we'll go and pass the turn over our opponent. We do need to watch out for Ralzeric getting to that -7. So hopefully we can get these zombies down. We are at 5. That's going to be 6 with Field of the Dead. So we should be getting a zombie army going pretty quick. It is only basically a +1 on Ralzeric. And then plus sometimes you're flipping coins to take extra turns. You know, sometimes you get 0, and that's not saying that's going to happen, because the other side of the coin could certainly be that they get a ton of card draw, and so that's just kind of just how it goes. So they do have Niv Mizzet mana up right now, so it's probably what we're going to see coming down. So hopefully we don't get buried in Planeswalkers at this point right now. Ghostly Flicker, yeah, we don't need to really use any of that. I think we're okay. So let's let them get this Niv Mizzet down. We'll see what the reveal zone is and see what we need to do about that. So let's get this popped out. Pretty good mix. It's going to be Dreadbore, Void Slime, a Johnny, Vindicate, Counter Squall. That is some pretty good cards right there. Let's get this popped out so we can keep that in mind. I'm pretty sure they already grabbed the swamp, so they're going to untap target permanent. And then, yeah, so we do have some stuff that, yeah, that's going to be pretty hard for us to bounce back from once they get those down next turn. Okay, so we draw to that Path of Discovery, which we're pretty far away from. So we go to Yarok, that's going to be Dreadbore, which we can't... Yeah, I guess we just go Yarok the Desecrated and hope that they don't do that. Because if that does end up happening, we're going to have a Guardian Project come down, Sire Stagnation, Temur Sabertooth. Let's have Field of the Dead come down, and then pass the turn to our opponent. So at least we did get to cash in some card draw, but more than likely we are looking at just a whole assortment of things. There's Merciless Eviction that they can go for. There's Counter Squall that we're going to play around, Vindicate. A Johnny can just tap down one of our lands, and it looks like they did end up going for Ralzeric, plussing up on Ralzeric. So we've got Night of Autumn swinging across. That's going to be 8, puts us down to 16, and that is 6 total commander damage that they have dealt. So I'm probably going to see Vindicate. Yep, Vindicate's going to be on your rock, and then they're just going to pass the turn, leaving up Dreadbore. So I think at this point, Yeah, because they swing in for 8, and they're basically going to be dead in 2 turns. We can go for another creature, but it's going to be another Dreadbore. We're still having to play around a Void Slime, so Counter Squall too. So good game. They've got an embarrassment of riches over there as far as closing it out. So unfortunately, this is one of the downsides to Yarok is you do have a 5-mana Panharmonicon that needs to stick on the battlefield. So that's going to happen sometimes. So if they can just jam it back to the command zone, it's really hard to get that going. We do have protection for Yarok in here, but if you don't have it in your opening hand, it's a little hard to get that down, but still fun to play. And if you enjoyed the video, hey, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.